Good afternoon, everybody. Carol Buckalew here with Inky Stampers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me just make sure I am live. It looks like I am. So welcome. Happy New Year to everyone. I can't even believe that it is a new year. Seriously. 2022 just went by in an absolute flash. I don't know where the entire year went. So welcome, Inky Stampers. My name is Carol Buckalew, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. So glad that you could join me today. So today's card is using the Desert Details bundle, the stamp set and coordinating dies. Hello, Faith. Hi, Mary. Thanks so much for joining. Faith, I hope you're keeping your head above water. I know you guys are getting more rain today. And I looked at your forecast, and it looks like you're going to be getting rain for the next week or so, on or off. But terrible flooding, so stay safe. So this is the Desert Details bundle. This card was made with the Desert Details bundle. And this is a distinctive stamp set. And some really lovely kind of desert flower images, some borders, a few sentiments, really nice sentiments. And then the coordinating dies has some additional, things that you can cut out the grass. These two dies will cut out the stamped images, and then there's a couple of nice frames that are included with the die set. I have seen some gorgeous, gorgeous cards created with this stamp set. And then also, what I used today was the dry brushed metallic specialty designer series paper. And this paper is just absolutely gorgeous. There are two colors. One is a bluish green, and one is kind of the, I guess, pale papaya, gold, calypso coral kind of colors. So just really beautiful paper. All right, so let's get started. Let me put my paper out of the way, my stamp sets. I need the dies. The paper's beautiful, Faith. I don't know, it's sometimes hard. Oh, yep, there you can see the shine. If I tilt it just right. But just beautiful shine on it. And this particular paper has soft succulent, and I'm not sure what shade of blue that would be, if it's a balmy blue. And then what looks to me like pale papaya or maybe even copper highlights, and just with kind of a brushed finish. So it's just really beautiful. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing, I did pre-stamp my sentiment. I cheated a little bit today. But the first thing that I want to do is to get some stamping out of the way. And I'm going to do just a tiny bit of coloring, but I am going to use some soft succulent ink and the large flower image from the stamp set. And I am going to stamp this onto a piece of scrap white cardstock, and then also my inside panel. And let me just grab a scrap piece of paper here. I like to try and keep my grid paper as clean as possible until I can't anymore. And then I use the old pieces to put underneath. But like I mentioned, this is a distinctive stamp set. Hey, Rosie, thanks so much for joining. You're not late, just getting started. And what that means is that when you stamp the image, there's kind of already built-in shadows and detail in the stamp, which makes it really nice. And you know me, if you follow me at all, you know I like to bump up images if I can at times. I don't always, but sometimes I like to. I am going to stamp this here on a piece of white scrap paper, and we will be die cutting that image up. But look how beautiful that image stamps. Let me hold it up. It already puts some shadow in there, which is really beautiful. I love when Stampin' Up makes their stamp sets like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the same image. I think I need to re-ink my soft succulent pad. I'm going to stamp the same image here on my inside panel as well. and we'll do a little bit of coloring. Yeah, I like this set too, Mary. It's just so beautiful. I like them all, to be honest with you. I like them all. I can't help it. But I'm going to grab a pale papaya and soft succulent marker here, and I'm going to use my color lifter as well. And I'm going to use the lightest shades of these Stampin' blends. And you know, when succulents grow, especially when they're in like a vigorous growing stage, they kind of have some coloration in the leaves. Normally the leaves are green. That's kind of what I was going for. And I'm just going to put down some pale papaya on the white areas of this image. And I'm not looking to color every single little bit of white, but just kind of touch some color to these, you know, to the succulent leaves. And just real quickly here. So does everybody know what today is? What is today? Besides being Wednesday and Hump Day, today is the last day that you can order the Last Chance products. Those are the retiring products from the July to December 2022 mini catalog. So if you haven't had a look, you can go out on my website and check out the details on that, but it is the last day to order Last Chance products. So go ahead and take a look at those, because there are some good deals, up to 60% off on some of the items. So you definitely want to check it out. All right, so this is, I'm still laying in the pale papaya just real quickly. And I can't color and look at comments at the same time. I'm just not that talented. Y'all can chat amongst yourselves here while I'm coloring. All right, so that's it. And then I'm going to just, with a really, really light hand and the brush end of my marker, I'm just going to lay in a couple of deeper shadows behind the petals. And I am not covering every single area. You don't need to. I don't really even need to do this. It's just something I like to do. The image is beautiful all on its own. But it's just something I like to do. And I'm just going to kind of put a deeper shadow in there around the kind of the bowl of the flower. Just real quickly. Oh, hey, Susan. Thanks so much for joining. I'm glad you enjoy the videos. I appreciate you joining in and dropping a comment, and thanks so much. Let us know where you're from. Always like to know where everybody hails from. And almost done here. And I am not, like I mentioned, I'm not, you know, touching every single surface. I'm just trying to drop a few shadows in just to kind of deepen those a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is take my color lifter. Yeah, I'm an artist. Well, I don't know about that, Faith, but thank you. I'm going to take my color lifter and just kind of, the color lifter, while it does lift color, it also can help blend color out. And that's what I'm doing now, is just kind of softening what I laid in a little bit, just so that there's not any hard lines. Oh, you're a demo in Central Florida. Oh, I hope it's warm where you are. We actually are having some, a very spring-like day here in Delaware today. It's rather nice outside. My husband actually got out golfing on New Year's Day, which he was extremely happy about because he hasn't been golfing in a while. His golf partner has been laid up, has had an injury and wasn't able to golf, so he was just dying to get out on the course. Okay, so that is good for that. I think we're done with our coloring here. Let me get rid of this piece of scrap paper and let me bring this beauty in. Look at this. So this is the Boho Blue Stampin' Cut Mini, and isn't it awesome? I couldn't wait to get the blue mini. I just thought it was so pretty. And I am going to grab my dies here. So if you're not aware, you can get the mini during celebration by joining Stampin' Up as a demonstrator. And hold on, can't chew gum and walk at the same time. I need to line my image up here. All right, there we go. I think I have it lined up. Well, if it's not perfect, it's okay. But you can get the Boho Mini during a joint special that Stampin' Up! Is offering during celebration. Let me get these die cut rather than talk, because I'll get messed up here. But I think I can fit both of these on here at the same time. And I have found that if I put my top plate a little in front of the other two, that kind of helps these dies get started. And hopefully I'm not going to shake. I'm shaking the camera. Sorry, guys. Look down if you get motion sick. Yeah, isn't it pretty, Faith? I love this little mini. You know, because the big one, certainly it's a workhorse, and it does the job. But the mini is nice, it's light, it's portable, and I love the blue. So I had to get it. All right, there we go. Let me see here, where's my grass? Whoops, I almost dumped my die or my scrap paper in my drink. That wouldn't be good. Let me just punch out my grass here real quick. Get rid of those little tags we don't need. All right, there we go. And we can fold this up and get it out of the way. So it still shakes my table. I was hoping I could use the mini and not shake my table, but it doesn't look like that is happening, but that's all right. Hopefully I didn't make you sick. All right, now what I want to do is, if you look at my card sample, what I did just to make things easier on myself was I kind of pre-assembled this flower unit with this grass behind it, and then I'm going to cut let me do that now, cut a short piece of the Pale Papaya Faux Velvet ribbon, and I only need about 1.5 inches of that ribbon. Those are my ribbon scissors. And so I'm going to kind of pre-assemble this. And the reason I did it that way was just so that it would make it easier on myself to place Stampin' Dimensionals behind here. I just found it easier. So let me grab my glue, and we can go ahead and get this assembled, and then we can go ahead and put the card together. It's really actually a very quick, easy card to put together. A little story about the about this dry brushed paper. So I go to grab the paper pack out, right, and I just want the edges of this grass kind of peeking above the top of the flower there. And oh, the ribbon is beautiful, really pretty. And I am going to attempt. I may need more glue than that. And I will have to hold this ribbon here for just a hot minute because it does take some time to set up. But I just want it peeking above that flower. And I'm going to hold it here. And I am going to, well, let me tell you about the brushed metallic paper So don't do what I did. I grabbed the paper out of the pack. I was cutting the blue and green one, and I went to cut it, you know, down the middle, right? It's a 12 by 12 sheet. I went to cut it down the middle, and unbeknownst to me, I cut through both of the green sheets. So don't do that. But anyway, let me tell you about, is there a ribbon stick in here? Let me hold it for just a second more. So, you know, I showed you the boho blue mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss, which is awesome. But during celebration, if you join Stampin' Up! As a demo, there are 3 joining options. The first option is that you pay $129. You can choose the boho blue mini machine plus $175 of Stampin' Up! Products. Now, normally the starter kit to join is $99. So $175 in products plus the boho blue mini machine for $129. That is an awesome deal. That's the best deal that I have seen, I think, with Stampin' Up! So far. The next option during celebration is you can, for the same amount, $129, get the white mini machine, and those machines are $63 normally. So for $129, get the white mini plus $175 in Stampin' Up! Products, or pay the normal. The third option is pay the normal price of $99 and still get $175 worth of products. So awesome deal that Stampin' Up! Is offering during celebration. And celebration will run beginning tomorrow, and it will end on February 28th. So if you're contemplating joining Stampin' Up!, I highly recommend you do. I would love to have you join my team. That would be awesome. All right, I'm going to just go ahead and glue up our inside panel. Yeah, Mary, I couldn't believe I cut through both sheets, and it's fine. I can use it. But I was like, oh, I don't believe I did that. You know, and because the paper has kind of a metallic, you know, I was thinking foil paper, which is, you know, can be quite thick. And yeah, it's not. It's a rather thin paper. And so, cut through both sheets, but it's all right. I can use it. Hey, Karen, thanks so much for joining. Happy New Year. All right, we'll get our inside panel in, and that will be done. And you can see I left a pretty generous border around those panels, and I did that on purpose. I designed this card our card's oriented this way. Gosh, don't let me get that wrong. I designed this card for the Happy Ink and Thursday Block Hop, which is tomorrow. So if you'd like to join in the hop tomorrow and see some amazing creations by my team members, which I highly recommend that you do because they are also talented, be sure to you can jump on my site if you'd like. I will have links to all the other blog posts that you can access, but I highly recommend that you check out the hop. But this week we have a sketch challenge, so that's always fun. They're all fun. I kind of like those challenges. The color challenges might be my least favorite. I don't know why, but they're good too. All right, so there, let's get that on our card front. Yeah, so the mini catalog comes out tomorrow as well. And there's just some really, I have been featuring, as other demos have been as well, some really, really fun products, some pretty products. And I think you'll be really pleased. If you haven't seen the catalog yet, you know, I think you'll be really pleased with what you see in the mini. Some great stuff and some equally great products in the Celebration catalog as well. Didn't I grab some dimensionals that don't want to separate? I hate that. I don't know why that happens. They want to stick to the backing. You can't get the backing off. There, I think I got it now. All right. So I pre-assembled, you know, my little flower and ribbon and grass just so that I could get dimensionals placed exactly where I'd like them. And I think that's good. I cut, yeah, Rosie, I agree. The Inky crew has some pretty talented people. Of course, I have not been at this all that long compared to some folks, and some of them have been doing this quite a while, and just amazing, talented people. All right, I think that is good, and I want to place our flower here. I'm going to let that grass hang over the edge just a bit, and I'm going to place this about center of my card. There we go. And let me get my sentiment. I did cheat a little. I pre-stamped my sentiment, and I really, really think, so this is soft succulent cardstock with a pale papaya matte, and I used soft succulent ink as well, and I really think I need to re-ink that stamp pad, so I got to get that done. Alrighty. So I hope everybody had a nice holiday, nice New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We don't do anything for New Year's Eve. We stay in and get comfies, and it's been a real long time since I've seen midnight on New Year's Eve, I'll be honest with you. Which is fine. I'm older now. Like, I don't need to do all the partying stuff. I did that when I was younger, and it was fun, but yeah, no, I'm not interested anymore. And New Year's Day, we had a nice family dinner, so that was nice. All right, so I've got my sentiment label matted up. I'm going to go ahead and get some dimensionals on the back of this, and let me make sure I have that oriented the right way. I'm a good one for putting the dimensionals on. So I want to concentrate the dimensionals here across the bottom of this so that I don't interfere with my flower here. And let me see if I can maybe squeeze one more in and get these covers off, and we're actually almost done. Very easy card to put together, and this brushed metallic paper makes a huge impact on the card, I think. So you can make a pretty card, relatively easy. All right. Probably ought to tested this first, and I'm going to have my sentiment label hang over the metallic panel just a smidge, kind of halfway between the edge of the card and that panel, and I'm going to try to get it straight. I think that's good. If that looks good, go ahead and press that down, and that flower in the center supports that label at the top there, so that's good. Next, I'm going to take some of the iridescent pastel gems, and this and the faux velvet ribbon are in the new mini catalog, so you'll be able to grab those. And the colors are Calypso Coral, Balmy Blue, and I think I read Gold. I'll grab my tweezers here. But I'm going to take some of the Calypso Coral jewels because I think they are gorgeous. And I'm going to put one right about there. And then I'm going to take two of the smaller ones and add them to either end of my sentiment and try to get them as straight as possible. And I don't know if it's my eyeballs or if my sentiment's crooked. It might be a little crooked, but I think it's all right. All right. We'll call it good. Set those aside, and all we have left to do is I went ahead and pre-stamped and pre-colored the flower on the envelope. I didn't think you'd, bad enough you had to see me color 2. I didn't think you had to sit through watching me color 3 flowers. Oh, thank you, Faith. Appreciate it. And let me get some. My bottle of glue is getting down here, getting low. Go ahead and put a coordinating piece of the brushed metallic paper on our envelope flat. And because we all know, right, no naked envelopes. And hopefully I've got that straight. Push it up a little bit on that end. There we go. Give it a nice press. Let me cap my glue so it doesn't dry out. And grab my little scissors here. And give this a quick trim. I always say give it a quick trim, but with me, I'm kind of slow at this. Getting better, but before I was with Stampin' Up, I did make cards. I never decorated envelopes, and it's like such a great thing to do. It's such an easy thing to do, and I think it adds a little something extra to the cards. So now I always decorate my envelopes. All right, there we go. So that is our card for today. Very quick, very simple and easy, beautiful. And it would be equally beautiful in the other color pathway, the metallic paper. But listen, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Well, look at the shine on that. Kind of getting a glare off the light there. I want to thank you for joining me, and be sure to check out my website, inkystampers.com. I put out all of the latest Stampin' Up! Information on my website. And feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I'd love to talk to you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining. Have a good day. Bye-bye.